Previously on Knight's Quest.
I want to know the local secrets.
Bartuk is going to be taking Leroy and Eloise on a tour, and I have been informed to send you with a partner who will show you the ropes around here. Head to the Torn District.
Basically, it's reported that at the dawn of time, there was a spirit that created all the colors. They're known as Sim.
Alright, so they get to the top floor.
We are here to see the keeper of the gate. We have a question that potentially they could point us in the right direction.
These are rules. No touch. No go on the stairs. Be polite. And they open the large double doors, and he says, "Inside is the keeper of the gate." Welcome back to Knight's Quest, Episode 5. We have a lot of different story threads. Hopefully we'll get to all three of them today, but we're just going to continue our train of thought that we're on, and we're going to go back to the top of the arch.
The arch. Otherwise known as the Arch. I don't know.
Alright, so Jonathan, Grorg, and Raynor are at the top of the arch. The two double doors have just been opened by the guards. Their weapons have been taken away, and they've been told the rules. What do you do?
Hey,
they go inside.
Grorg!
Yeah.
Why are we here? And why did you insist that I come with instead of doing my own stuff?
And why are we whispering?
We're here because, well, Jonathan said we needed to go up here. Because...
Okay.
Why'd you say we had to go up here?
Does anyone remember why we're here?
We're talking... We came to talk to the keeper of the gate because they might be able to tell us how to find the spirit Sim, so they can tell us how to make true blue.
Oh,
gotcha.
Cool.
Okay. All right. And we wanted you to come with us.
Okay. I mean,
last
sure,
time
I guess.
on Knight's Quest.
Yeah, no. everyone just heard this.
No.
Previously on.
Here's the thing.
You weren't paying attention.
I'm asking because I genuinely didn't remember.
You must have already been to the 97th floor. So they go in, I'm assuming, yes?
Yeah.
All right. It's a very big room. This is the high vaulted ceiling, flat though. It's like a flat ceiling all the way top, and it's very long in room. On the left side, you see a huge throne at the top of many steps, and the back of this throne is tall, long, and slender, and almost reaches to the ceiling itself, kind of just ridiculously tall. Behind it, on the left and on the right walls, are gigantic triangular windows. So through the window on your left, you can see the ocean and the little island with the tower out there. And to the right, you can see the entire city of the gate spreading out. There's also a door all the way across from you leading to the south side of the tower. And otherwise, there's nothing else in this room. There's no chairs, there's no plants, there's no furniture, there's nothing on the walls. It's just a very simple room. But of course, seated upon this throne, you see a man, dark complexion like everyone else you've been seeing in Tariv, a shaved head and a very nicely kept beard, is wearing a red and gold robe that has very stiff collars on the sleeves and a semicircular collar that goes around the neck. As you get closer, the one thing that seems to stick out most of all is that this person's right eye is completely clear. It's just white. There's no iris, there's no pupil, it's just a white eye.
Okay.
Hello.
Hello there, new friends who have come to me, the keeper of the gate, a temporary wall. Sunseer.
Yes.
Didn't we say the keeper of the gate was a woman?
I am not the permanent keeper of the gate.
Oh, never mind.
I am working in her stead as she is away.
Boy, I'm really batting zero on remembering things this time around.
Did you go to the 97th floor?
I don't know. I don't think so.
If I did, would I know that I did?
That's a good point.
I do not remember if I have been there myself.
I wasn't trying to make a joke. I'm asking you.
You don't know.
I don't know.
You don't know. As a character and a player.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyway, what brings you to me, Sincere, temporary keeper of the gate?
I, Jonathan, business person, had a question. See, we stopped off. I stopped off at the 13th floor, talked to the chromatic magicians, and they told me that potentially you might be able to tell me where I might find a spirit.
Ah, you're looking to see something in your future.
No. Wait, what?
Well, there must be a miscommunication, because that is what I do.
This language isn't my first language.
It also is not, yes. For you see, I am Sincere, the Sand Seer.
Stop.
Oh, okay, sure.
And with my window eye, I am able to see into the future.
I love it so much.
So, what you are telling me is...
Yes.
You are only able to help us if we eventually do end up finding the thing we're looking for.
Yes. I mean, I guess it's kind of nice.
I mean, it would be reassuring if it did, but if not, then...
But then tell us we need to do something else.
Fine. Okay. We're trying to find the spirit sim.
Rainer's like muttering under his breath. He's like, Sincere. I think we've already met someone named Sincere.
Yeah.
Did that happen?
I know a guy named Sincere.
Yeah.
Oh shit, did we? Oh yeah.
Yeah,
they were in the Sun Festival contest.
Yeah,
That's why that name sounded familiar. Well, more than one person can have the same name, damn it.
Was that guy from Tareve?
No, because only people from Glenwood can enter in the contest. But we have had a lot of Tarevian influence within that, because there was obviously glass magic. And
Yeah,
so
there we go.
Tarevian influence was in the Sun Festival.
Sure.
But it's too late now, kids. It's spelled differently. How about that?
What Rainer
It's spelled-
actually says is, oh, that's a nice name.
It's spelled differently. The first Sanseer is Sanseer.
Okay.
And this one's Sansier.
Run it.
It's official, folks. That's it. That's
All right.
Yeah, okay. Okay, so, I mean,
You're looking for Sim.
Yes. How does the future looking work?
Well, I have this gift.
Can I have it?
No.
Okay.
No, I paid a heavy price for this gift. I'm not going to give it to her.
Like much? Like how much?
Do you want to know the price I paid?
I do. I'm very interested in the story you're telling.
Okay. Sanseer walks down a couple of steps,
It was a long time ago.
and then he...
Record scratch. I bet you're wondering how I got into this situation.
So, here, kids. No, Sanseer walks down a couple of steps from his throne, and then steps to the right, so that way he is in the way of the window. And then the sun has begun to set, so now it's, above the ocean behind him. And at first you don't notice anything weird about it. He's just standing in front of it. But then you notice that this throne that he's on has been casting a very long shadow into the next window. But when Sanseer moved away from the throne, he was casting no shadow.
Whoa. Okay.
Oh, interesting.
That is the price that I paid.
You don't have a shadow anymore?
Correct.
I beat the pen.
I am confused as to how that is a detriment to your livelihood. I don't understand what that...
You're asking many questions. Which one do you want an answer?
Okay, do I only have... Okay, hold on. Do I only have... This isn't one of the questions.
No, you don't have a limit.
I mean, do you have other things that you're doing? Do you have other people you're seeing today?
Every single character that gets into conversation with Jonathan at first is like super regal and imposing, and then like as the bullshit conversation continues, they're just like...
Jonathan is the great equalizer.
It's true. It's so great.
How about this?
How about this? How about it?
I will use my gift to help tell your
Your
futures.
gift of not having a shadow.
No, that's not. Hey, listen, Jonathan, I feel like we're a little insensitive here. He doesn't have a shadow.
You're taking some of the gravitas out of the situation.
I just don't understand what not having a shadow is positive or negative.
I hope that you will never learn.
The
But
terror.
I'm trying to learn. I want to know why it's a bad thing.
Nope. Yeah, come on, Jonathan. Let's be respectful.
I'm not being disrespectful.
very-
I just want to know.
You're being very disrespectful. You're being very... What was the third rule of entering in this place?
I don't remember.
It was be polite.
Let's be polite. Come on.
How am I being impolite?
Do you just walk up to people and ask them how it's like to not have...
Not have a shadow.
Yeah, there was a cripple in my town named Terrence, and I asked him all the time why he didn't have hands.
That is very impolite.
It's not. He loved to talk about it.
Well, I am not Terrence.
Terrence wasn't very polite himself, so I guess that checks
Yeah,
out.
he was pretty rude, actually.
Okay, apparently I'm being an asshole. Sorry.
Actually, though, like, we should probably talk about this.
Okay, so hold on.
Another time.
Maybe somebody else take care of this.
Okay. Yo, we'd like to see your future, please.
Yeah, when he says someone else should take care of this, I think someone looks at Raynor and he's just like, I don't even remember why we're here.
You all want to know what your future holds if you see this spirit sim. I can give you answers, each one of you. That is my gift, and I am happy to help each of you in that way.
Okay.
Cool.
Who wants to go first?
Me, I guess.
Okay, come closer.
Okay, but I can't touch the
No, don't
steps, though.
touch.
Okay.
Yeah, don't touch the steps.
So I guess Jonathan walks up to the feet of the steps, and Sansir takes a few steps lower, so it's only like maybe 5-ish steps above. And he stretches out his hand towards Jonathan, kind of making like a weird symbol with him, probably doing some kind of spell, right? And he closes his normal eye, leaving open his clear right eye.
Wow, that is unnerving.
Oh, yeah.
And all of a sudden you start seeing pictures appear on his eye.
He's 5 steps above Jonathan. Is he really seeing anything?
No, you're not able to like see them clearly.
Okay.
You're just able to see that there are like visuals,
Okay.
like things flashing on his eye. It is glowing a little bit, like it's like you can kind of see it, stuff flashing on there. Like you said, Jonathan can't really see them. He's not that close, and so then it stops, and Sansir opens his other eye. He goes,
I have news I think you would be excited to hear. You will see Sim.
Okay.
Great.
That's great.
I love this. Awesome.
Fantastic, yeah.
Do you know where how do we get there? I do not see every step you take. But
What about every move I make? Every breath I take?
Every claim you stake, every smile you fake.
no, I do not. But I see key moments.
But that's a great song.
I see you traveling through the Gathan Desert, through the sands. I see you in a dark place with blue, yellow, pink colored lights whizzing around you. It is there that you see Sim, the spirit of light, the lord of color, the 3-in-1. How you get there is a long journey, but I see an oasis. That is where you must go.
And an oasis
Yes.
in the middle of the desert.
Yes.
Any specific direction?
Schmest.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
Which of you two suggested that Sim's name might be spelled Cym? Is
Me.
that you?
I did.
I think I just got it.
Oh, that was
hate
quick.
you.
That was really fast.
I didn't.
You're the worst.
Okay. We'll let the audience figure it out. Okay.
But yes, that is how it's spelled. CYM.
Can I tell Jake?
No, he's gonna have to figure it out. We're gonna wait.
What if I just don't care?
That's fine too.
That works too.
Who wants to go next?
Oh, me. I want to go next. I'll go next.
Sansir takes another step down closer. Sansir does the same thing. He closes his left eye, revealing the window eye, and pictures flash upon it. And after a minute, he stops and he opens it and he says,
I see a similar journey for you. Traveling through the desert. Going to the oasis. Being in this dark place with the colors whizzing around. But I see you in a room that is only one color.
Is it blue?
Yes. But you are shouting. And I cannot tell out of anger, sadness, or joy.
Alright, cool. That's
Yeah, I
great.
mean, that's fine.
That's
like,
chill.
You're kind
Alright.
of a shouty guy. That's fine.
I'm a shouty guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
That's fine. Yeah.
But you are alone. That is what is most important in that room.
Alright, thanks for that.
Huh.
So we gotta go to the Oasis? Did you see anything else in the Oasis in that one?
Actually, yes. The oasis is in the heart of the desert. The very core.
So like the center?
Yes.
The desert has a
Oh,
core.
okay. Well, that's a little bit okay.
Okay,
So
we can manage that.
we just need
Yeah.
to find a map of the surrounding.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, for
Yeah,
sure.
okay, we can get that. We can manage that. Alright, thank you, Mr. Sanseer. Sanseer. Thank you.
Who's next?
Uh,
Is it you, silly boy?
I mean, yeah, but I mostly had questions I need to ask other floors. I don't really need to know about Sim.
I do not. If you do not see Sim, I will not see Sim in my window eye.
Oh, okay. Sure. I guess we'll give it a shot.
Sanseer steps even closer. He's like
Yeah.
one step, so you can actually like see what's reflecting in his eye this time.
Okay.
And he closes his eye, and you see it's like flipped backwards in his eye.
Okay.
So like he can see it, but like so you're seeing like the inverse
Sure.
of it. But as it flashes across his eye, you see that you're in a very dark place. Whatever it is, it's just like complete, like the dark, like you're almost like
Okay.
swimming
Yeah.
or drowning in the darkness.
Oh.
And it's just like the darkness is like oozing everywhere. And Sanseer says,
It is here in this dark place that you will find your direction.
and then all of a sudden you're in another room, and it's also dark, but not as quite. You see the colors whizzing around.
Okay.
A pink,
Yeah.
and a yellow and blue kind of whizzing around. It says,
It is here in this room of colors that you will find your purpose.
and then it shows a third room, brick walls.
Okay.
Kind of you're running around the hallways. You're frantic. Maybe you're in a maze, maybe a tunnel.
Okay.
A castle, you don't know, and it's kind of overgrown and also kind of dark. But you got a torch in your hand as you're running, and he says,
And it is here in this maze that you will find what you are looking for.
and then he opens his eye.
Wait, you mean Quiz? Was he there? Was and I guess when the vision ends, he's just kind of like blinking and
That's what I saw.
oh,
I do not know where those last two places were, but I do know that first place.
okay. The darkness? Yeah, where?
Yes, I have been there myself.
Oh,
Kingdom Hearts.
darkness.
Darkness, love bees.
Yeah, where is it?
Well, I cannot take you there, I'm afraid.
Okay. I
And
didn't-
you cannot go there right now. It is too late in the day.
Okay. Excuse me. Wait. What?
I didn't mean literally like right this second, and I wasn't asking you to take me there. I just want to know where it is. I can like go there next week or something.
Sanseer, he's about to say, and then he stops and goes,
Actually, I know this might not be friendly, but I do not feel like telling you. But
Excuse me. What?
Sure.
tomorrow, when the sun rises in the east, well, I think
Sorry,
you
when it rises where?
in the schmist. I'm sorry, was that not your language?
No, it's fine. It was just a continue.
When the sun rises in the schmist, why do you not follow the shadow and follow the people?
Follow the shadow, so travel west, I guess. Okay. Aren't you guys traveling west anyway?
I
think so, right?
I mean,
Yes.
are we going like right? We should get out of the map first. We're not
No,
just
I
gonna-
didn't mean right now.
Yeah, we're not just dipping. We just got
Well,
No,
wait,
today.
hold on.
Why does everyone think I'm suggesting leaving right this second? I'm not.
I mean,
I
Wes,
guess, you know what, we probably shouldn't assume that because we definitely never do that.
Wes just leads, like, out
Into the desert.
into the desert. So, yeah, I mean,
Right.
yeah.
Eventually, yeah.
Yeah.
But there's also the city, too. Like,
Yes.
Right.
It's that way.
Okay.
Like, pretty much everything's that way.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense.
Everything away from the gate is
Yep.
more
Yeah.
something else.
Yeah.
All right.
I hope you enjoy your time here in the gate.
Yeah.
You enjoy its customs, its people.
Yeah, everything except floor 70.
Yep.
Yeah, don't go there.
I really want to go there.
Now, if you'll excuse me, I do actually have business to deal with as the keeper, temporary keeper of the gate. We're kind of have, there's just a lot going on in the city right now.
Of course, of course.
Factions and things like that I got to deal with.
Yeah, hopefully nothing you need any help with. We already did one city, so,
Yeah, no, I mean, we're fine. Like, I can help you and deal with a faction in the city at the same time.
we're fine. Like, I can do this.
Like, who would be so busy that they would force you to, like, deal with an entire faction without just, like, doing a simple task? Like, that's kind of ridiculous.
Yeah, who could even think of such a thing?
You're telling me.
Yeah.
I don't get it.
Well,
Right, so,
that was gonna be my next question. Was if you just stay up here all day, like telling people's futures, but
I have actual, like, administrative and, like, authoritarian rule stuff. Yeah.
I think you almost said authoritarian and then you stopped.
That's not...
Fruitarian.
No.
I think
Everything is fine in the city.
I think maybe Froderick appears in the room and goes, Sanseer, your
Yes.
5 o'clock appointment is ready to see you.
Is it already? Oh, boy. He looks at the shadow.
Yeah, I guess
yes.
we've been wandering around in the arch for quite a bit.
Pops is gone.
All right, well,
Such a good sound effect.
It's one of my favorites.
goodbye.
Okay.
Yes,
Yep.
goodbye.
And he walks
Thank
back
you.
All
up
right.
to his throne,
Thank you.
sitting in its shadow.
All right. And they leave.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So Sanseer looks out the giant window over the city, and he looks at the 6 large districts that it's made out of, and then he looks over to the one directly to the left of him. And this district seems, and as the camera pans in.
Drones out of the window.
Drones out the window, and it hovers down over the city. Yep. And we are now with Leroy, Eloise, and Bartuk. This might be actually a little bit later. It doesn't have to actually be at 5. That was just the effect. Okay.
Yeah.
So it's a little bit earlier in time.
3 hours earlier.
3 hours earlier. So Bartuk is leading them through this district, and this is the first time they've actually walked into one of the 6 districts. And the buildings are, again, much taller, much more well made, with doors and windows and pavilions and platforms all up and above. But as they get into the city, the road had been previously very dry, starts to get muddy and softer. And as they get closer, there's actually like a layer of water above them. And as Bartuk leads them through, leads them into one of the buildings and walks through it. And as they get to the other side, they notice that all of the streets are flooded with water. And as they keep exploring, he leads them kind of to the edge of this district, and you see that the ocean, the sea line has risen, so it has flooded a section of this district.
Okay.
Interesting.
Okay.
I wonder if it's always like that. Well, I had to say it like that because or else you guys would be like, "Oh, you're not in the scene."
On the wind, we hear Rayner's voice.
Hey, I wonder if is it like a tidal thing or is it like permanent? It's clear that like the amount of water is, as they're getting closer, it is a lot deeper than like just like a tide would be, and it doesn't seem like a lot of people like live in these buildings anymore. Like some of them do. Have been like ramshackled together, and some people are just like trying to make their way in the flooded district, but clearly not what it used to be, either before it was flooded or whatever.
Yeah, okay, so Bartuk kind of, he to his left, next to the door of the building they just came out of, there's like a plank, and he puts it down over the street, so it leads from one like building stairway to another. So they kind of hop, skip, and jump through these buildings and around deeper into the district until they come out into a courtyard that's about the same size as the courtyard with the performers. Mm-hmm. But in the middle of the courtyard is like a swirling whirlpool, like almost like a drain.
Whoa, okay.
Like the water is just circling around and sinking down into this hole in the middle of the courtyard. Bartuk bends down and picks up a sheet of paper. There's like a pile of paper. And he folds it up into a little boat. And he sets the boat on the water and watches as it like circles and gets closer and closer and closer and then just sinks down into the drain. And goes, "See?
Is this what you came out here to show us, Bartuk?
Yes!
Uh-huh. That's kind of cool.
Yes!
Hey, Bartuk, how many people come back here? Is this like, how secret we talking?
Medium secret.
Maybe medium secret.
Okay. Medium secret. Have you ever gone in it?
Yes! And then he jumps in the hole.
Oh! Whoa! Eloise, we gotta go. We gotta jump in.
That's all fine and dandy. I have long hair. And it is very well taken care of. And if it gets wet, I need to dry it. So I'm just saying that whatever happens, I need time at the end of this ridiculous day
Right.
to do something about that.
Right. Yes.
Preferably
Leroy's
with
like
the number
slowly
50,
like
yeah.
inching closer. I think Chubb is like jumped in like right after
Right.
Bartuk.
From like, it almost seems like from a vast distance, you hear Bartuk like echoing. His voice is like echoing up out of the hole. Okay, come friends!
I mean, it sounds fun to me.
Leroy just jumps in.
Okay, and I suppose...
I gotta roll. We gotta do some dice rolls in this.
Leroy rushes in.
Leroy's gonna roll dexterity. He rolls an 11, so he kind of like jumps in and
Belly flop.
and belly does a splash, which gets Eloise a little wet.
Do a splash.
And it's like, well, I'm already wet, I guess. And Eloise jumps in.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's a 19.
She does a beautiful dive, like almost like kind of she aims like straight for the center, trying to like keep most of her hair dry as best she can, by not getting in the water. And so they go swirling down into the whirlpool. And what's in there?
Underneath the whirlpool is almost a cylindrical shaped waterfall where the water is just cascading downward, and it starts to break up the farther down it goes. But there's this huge cave underneath the whirlpool with these like stalactites and stalagmites, and at the bottom there is a pool full of water that they all like land in, obviously. And Bartuk is sitting on the edge of the pool, like wringing out his robe that he's wearing.
Cool.
And kind of laughing to himself.
Oh, I love this.
And the little boat, the paper boat, is still floating down there.
And there's like 5 or 6 paper boats
Yeah.
on the shore.
And then washed up on the edge.
Oh, Bartuk, I love this. Did you find it?
Yes!
Wow. This is cool. Eloise, what do you think? I like it.
I mean, it's really cool. How do we get back?
Oh, great question. Bartuk, how do we... I mean, I don't want to rush out now, just like thinking like...
No back here forever.
New friends!
I'm thinking more like emergency exit kind of situation. Like, what's the evacuation plan?
Bartuk says, okay, but first. And then he takes them to the back of the... Like, there's the pool, and then, like, just a little bit ways away, there is this huge polished wall with all sorts of markings on it. Just, like...
Has Bartuk been practicing his like glass magic in here?
Ooh.
Because I want to know, because like that's what I'm curious is like how invested or like did Bartuk recently learn how to do that? Did he used to be a performer and isn't anymore? That's something I'm...
Okay, wait, hold on first. So he brings them over to this area with this polished wall, and there's all sorts of like pictures and symbols and everything on it, but he doesn't indicate to that. He indicates to a small stool that he has down there with like shards of broken glass all around it. And he like whirls up a little bit of sand, and he's spinning in his hand a piece of glass that has a hole in it. and as it spins, it like whistles a little tone
Oh,
as it goes.
cool.
So he's got like a little whistle, and so that's what he wanted to show them, not the wall.
Excellent.
I think Leroy is more fascinated about the little whistle. I don't know about Eloise. He's like,
Wow. Bartuk, are you one of the glass performers?
No, but yes.
Okay, that can mean a lot of things. Were you one and not anymore, or do you want to be one?
No, but yes.
Bartuk, I feel like our relationship, we've shared so much with each other.
New friends.
That's right.
what's Eloise doing?
Eloise is not at all super really interested in the whistle. She's looking at the big polished wall.
Yeah.
Now, in your brain, are you thinking like this is like a giant mural or a bunch of like more like hieroglyph stuff?
I'm thinking that this originally was probably some sort of ancient something that maybe like over time people have written their own stuff on, but I think it was something to begin with.
Okay, so allow me if I may. So I think when she first sees it, there's a lot of the carvings are very similar to the ones that were on the arch, on the outside of the arch. The same language or like style. But there's also, obviously it seems more like graffiti, rougher carvings, some, paint or someone like drew things on there with like maybe mud or whatever. So like other people have added their own things to it. But the original ones are huge and grand, depicting lots of different things, creatures or people. You do recognize one seems to be a picture of the city itself, with the arch, and there's like 6 districts around it and a large path in the center. Picture depicts even the arch's shadow, and there seem to be some markings within the shadow, like little star spots.
Ooh, interesting. I think maybe she goes over to where all of the paper boats were, and like unwraps the one of them, so it's just a flat sheet of paper, and says, "Does anybody have a pen or a pencil?"
Let me check. Yeah, because I'm always ready to draw.
And Leroy pulls out Leroy pulls out his acrylics and writing tools.
How could I
and
forget?
he throws out a couple pictures of cows as he goes through it.
Of course.
And he's like, I really wish I could figure out what these cows were. Oh, well.
Oh, no. Oh, that's so sad.
He accidentally throws out the history of grain.
Nope, gotta pick that up, put that back in
I'm glad he
there.
remembers that, yeah.
Yeah, here you go.
Okay, thank you. And she holds up the piece of paper so it's in front of her, and does like a really crude drawing of the city, but adds those like star points to it, so she has like a little map. So like, just gonna check those out later. Great. So this is cool and all. How do we get back?
Yeah, great question.
Oh, okay. And he starts walking towards a tunnel. There's like a little, like a sconce that's been lit, and he just like walks towards the tunnel. So I guess they follow him then.
So they follow him through the tunnel, and it kind of looks like they're in one of the buildings from above. So the vibe that they're getting as they walk through this building.
What do you mean?
This tunnel. So like the tunnel, I'm thinking it's not like dug into the tunnel, but it's like a hallway.
Oh,
building.
yeah.
Like they're above ground?
No, but it doesn't look like it doesn't look like a rocky like earth tunnel. It looks like it was a man-made,
Okay.
like a finished tunnel.
Okay.
Like a purposeful, intentional structure. So yeah, they get to the end of the tunnel, and there is a big cylindrical room. And Bartok turns and says, "Okay," and he stands there, and he just stands there.
Bartuk, are you going to show us another trick?
Yes. And he continues to stand.
Oh, is it another? Oh,
Leroy raises his hand, and then he puts it down. He's like,
sorry. You gotta be culturally appropriate here. Is it another glass trick?
No.
Also, you never really specified whether you were or are going to be a performer.
Yes.
Hold on, I'm trying this again. Were you a glass performer previously?
No.
Do you want to be one?
Yes.
This is great. I also feel like Bartuk used to say more words, but now he's starting to say less of them.
I don't know.
It was always short phrases.
it was more than yes and no.
No, I know. I think he's distracted. He's like looking up the shaft.
Oh, I didn't notice that before.
Notice that I wanted to be a glass performer?
No, there's a shaft up there.
Yeah, it's a big cylindrical, yeah.
When you guys are on the same page, it's really funny and you're amazing. When you're not on the same page, sometimes it's even better.
So I think Bartuk looks up and then like kind of makes a face, and then he says, "Okay, stand back." And they all like move back a little bit, and a circular platform descends to be standing right in front of them. And he says, "Okay," and he jumps on the platform and like motions that they should get on too.
Oh, it's just a common thing in the gate.
Eloise,
Yes.
thoughts?
Curious.
Chubb, your thoughts? He's just sitting. That's what I was thinking too. Yeah. All right. Circle it is.
Yay! And like everybody gets on, and Bartuk looks up, and the platform begins to rise, and it continues to do so until they are sitting in a very nice lobby with plants and a nice fancy couch and a fountain. And he gets off and ignores all of it and walks to the only door in the room and opens it. And the guard outside is a little surprised, but notices it's Bartuk and just kind of like, oh, okay. And Eloise follows him, but like slower because she's like taking in her surroundings. Mm-hmm. So they leave the door and they are standing underneath the gate.
So just to be clear, when we were in there earlier, we didn't notice that the elevator could also go down?
Oh, they're in the south side of the gate.
Oh,
Yes, south side of the arch.
Okay, yep. All right, I'm with it.
So, to see this secret underground thing, we could have gone this way first when we were standing here before and gone down the lift circle thing to the cave instead of jumping in the water and getting all wet. But way more fun!
Yeah, no, he's completely right. That was the best part, actually, was going in the whirlpool thing.
And just then, from across the arch, Katrina walks on.
Let's follow her! Segue. Who needs music when you do this anyway?
Oh, my.
Katrina.
I feel like we've accomplished a lot today.
We've done a lot of world building.
Yes. And some plot development.
Yes.
So, is Katrina heading straight towards the Torn District?
Yes.
Okay.
With purpose.
All right, so she walks through the path. Again, it's later afternoon. She's walking. It's at the other end of the city, so she has to walk for a little ways to get there.
Yeah.
As she was directed by the masked figure.
Yes.
And went through the whole ordeal. But eventually she gets to it. It is, again, the farthest district on the north. And it's pretty easy to tell that it's the Torn District because a lot of the buildings seem like they have been ripped apart. Some of them, again, these are the taller skyscraper-like buildings. Some of them seem to have been ripped in half, literally torn. There are some crevices in the ground as well, and lots of rubble in places. But it doesn't seem to be, like, you can still walk through it. It seems like whatever did this happened a long time ago. People have cleared paths to get through the district. And so she's exploring the district, walking around, and eventually, because she doesn't really know what she's looking for specifically.
Right, she's just kind of walking.
Mm-hmm. But she knows she's going to find it. And eventually she finds a statue of a scorpion.
Ooh.
Of a large scorpion.
Eee.
Cool.
Doesn't seem
I think
a little ominous.
I think maybe, I mean, she's kind of looking around. Maybe she's observing the statue. Because I assume the statue is the only thing that's stuck out to her so far. So I think she's kind of observing the statue, trying to figure out, like, see anything else that is about it.
Roll ratiocination. Let's get some dice rolls in this bish.
15.
Okay, the statue is made out of a black stone. It's very big in size. You could probably fit like 10 people on the back of this scorpion.
Ooh.
The eyes of it are a familiar orange color, the same stone as the end of her weapon.
Oh, okay.
Blade.
Okay.
She sees in the mouth of this scorpion, because it's kind of, it seems like it's screeching or roaring or something. There is a note.
Oh, okay.
And I think she maybe takes out she like removes the scabbard from her belt and uses the cross guard on the blade to like hook the note out of the mouth of the scorpion until it like falls on the ground, and then she replaces it and picks up the note.
And the mouth is like, psh, and the scorpion's like, you've solved my riddle.
You've solved my mouth puzzle.
So difficult, so tricky. You did it. I'm assuming she reads the note.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, she just looks at it.
Just looks at it, puts it
I
back
choose
down.
not to comprehend this. That'd be very impressive, actually.
The note starts by saying, by this silence we speak. That's all it says. Just by the silence we speak. And then below it, it says a couple directions. Just like north, right, south, left, down, across. It's just like a whole bunch of different directions. And it says, after a list of all these directions, it says, from the tail. And then at the end of it is a picture of the mask. Kind of like, just like the main facial features that mask had on it.
Okay. I think first she like looks at and around the tail of the scorpion to see if there's just anything there.
Like on the tail?
Yeah.
It seems to just be, up and curled in towards itself.
Okay. Then I guess she deduces that these are directions and starts to follow them then.
She follows the directions. Let's roll one more.
It's a good thing nobody found this
Intelligence.
before her. Like some rando just...
Rolling?
I'm going to go survival, because this is like direction following initiative.
18.
She's able to deduce the directions. It's honestly, she's kind of like laughs at it. She's like, yeah, I think she thinks like, what if someone found this beforehand? This was not like encoded
well hidden.
or anything. This is written, this is actually, well, it's not written in Terevian, so
Although,
maybe that might have
You know what?
been the key.
That checks out, because the mask guy we've already shown is like not 100% cool and mysterious and competent.
He's working on it.
Yeah, exactly.
But it's not written in Terevian.
Which I kind of like more, actually.
It's not written in Terevian, it's written in the language Katrina knows.
The one we all speak.
Yep, the one we speak. And so maybe like someone who wouldn't have been able to understand it if they found it. Who knows? Maybe they would have. But at the end of it, she finds a door with a hatchet in it.
Yes.
Yeah!
So as Katrina is reaching for the handle on the door, there is a noise that sounds like a chain kind of jingling together, and all of a sudden there's a knife in the door to her right. So she whirls on the spot and draws her scimitar. And the knife that is buried in the door has a long, slender chain leading from it all the way behind her. And at the end of the chain is an individual who is holding the rest of the length of chain, who then yanks the knife back and pulls it to them, and is just kind of like lightly swinging it next to them. They are also wearing a mask.
Jeez.
But it's different to the mask that her contact was wearing. And without saying anything, they start spinning the chain again and fling it in Katrina's direction. And Katrina puts up her scimitar to block it, and the chain wraps around the sword. And they're locked like that for a second. Because both the one individual's pulling on the chain, she's pulling on the sword, and they're kind of stuck like that for a second.
Okay.
Then I think we got to roll.
Yeah.
We will definitely need some rolls for that.
Do I have anything for scimitar? I don't think we ever gave
Actually,
you
I
anything.
feel like, no, we never did give you anything for your scimitar.
Just a big knife.
One of the many knives.
I feel like she's been working on it for a while. I mean, not a long while. So she has maybe do +3 for scimitar.
Do I have anything for weapon handling now?
In general?
Yeah.
Yeah, give yourself a 1 now. You've been training a little bit. Feels like but I feel like, yeah, Katrina's not like a weapons master yet.
No.
No. Yeah, mine's bigger.
Uh-oh.
So I think the person with the chain and is strong enough and pulls back, and Katrina's scimitar flies out of her hand, and
Yikes.
the masked individual catches it.
Katrina immediately reaches into her cloak and pulls out 2 knives.
Perfect. And does Katrina have her cloak's hood up?
Yes.
Yeah, and I'm picturing it. It's like almost twilight right now. It's darker out. There's just a tinge of crimson.
Oh, cool.
On the west. They're fighting within the shadows of these tall buildings.
Yeah. So then Katrina gets ready to throw those knives then.
Then the window with the chain starts spinning it in front, kind of creating like a shield with the chain in front of her.
Yeah.
Fan art.
14.
Okay. The first one that Katrina throws is deflected by the chain.
Okay. Katrina throws the other knife then.
Alright, do it again.
Oh, that's a 6.
Oh, definitely, just completely just, like thrown out of there.
She pulls a very special hooked knife out of her cloak, and instead of throwing it directly at the individual, arcs it way up above the person's head and off into the alley behind.
Roll for that one.
That's another 7.
Okay. She throws it, and of course it is the backstabber, so it boomerangs back towards Katrina. It just wasn't a good throw. She's still been kind of working on her throws with the backstabber. She hasn't honestly had as many times to use it as she would have liked to. So she gets the angle wrong, and it flies back and hits the shield of this chain from behind, which startles the masked figure, and they look behind them to see if there's anyone there, giving Katrina...
How far away are they from each other?
20 feet.
Okay, where did Katrina's scimitar end up?
In between them.
Okay, so she runs for the scimitar then.
Okay. She gets a little head start, but let's have... as she runs... Well, no. Does she just book it run, or does she sneakily run? I don't know.
No, she books it, because, I mean, the person's going to turn around again.
Alright, so the other person turns around, sees what's going on, and they have, a dex off.
Yeah, that's a...
Katrina, is too slow, so then they use their chain to grab it again and pull it towards themselves. So Katrina just kind of dives into the dirt.
Okay, as she dives and the sword is pulled away, she kind of rolls and grabs another throwing knife and tries for a third time.
Okay, one more time.
So that's what she's got in her arsenal. Wow,
you keep
with
rolling
the threes.
three. You've rolled
Jesus,
threes so many
putting
times.
This dice away.
That's going in the dice prison. She just misses. Just kind of falls out of her hand as she tries to throw it.
Okay, but by now she's closed some of the distance, and I think maybe she looks at the individual and then looks behind the individual and goes, "Holy shit!"
Katrina has not been stat buffed.
No,
Can we do deception or something this time?
We don't have a deception stat.
What?
Persuasion.
We don't?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
we have persuasion, pranking, sneaky.
Yeah, persuasion. You have a -1 on persuasion.
Yeah, it's a 13.
They don't fall for it.
Okay.
I think they step closer and they kick the scimitar or any weapons that are in the way to far out of the way of the reach. Katrina's, does she still have her hood up in this moment?
Yes, but she grabs onto the side of her cloak with her hand and just kind of stands there and prepares herself for an attack. So she has the end of the cloak in her hand.
Oh, she's standing up again?
She's waiting, yeah.
Okay. Oh, I thought she was on the ground.
Well, she got up.
Okay, she got it. The masked figure takes a few steps closer. She's got the chain knife in her hand and just kind of throwing it side to side, just kind of swaying side to side, waiting to see what Katrina's gonna do.
Okay, well they're both waiting, so somebody's got to attack. Katrina's next move is solely betting on the fact that the person with the weapon is going to use the weapon.
Yeah, they make another attempt to throw it.
Okay, Katrina is going to attempt to catch the dagger in the cloak of daggers. Swing the cloak up and
catch it in a pocket.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Yes, roll.
I like that.
And add whatever double this is.
Okay.
Because that's dope.
I like it.
So that's 14.
Okay, I'm gonna roll to counter that, see what would happen. No. So no to me, yes to you. So you're able to catch it in one of the pockets.
Okay, so
the cloak of daggers just wants those. It's hungry for it.
Okay.
So she swings.
So there's a flash of the crimson as she swirls it up, and
the knife slips into one of the pockets, and she swings the cloak down. And as she swings the cloak down and brings the chain with it, she stomps on the chain and grabs it and yanks it towards her.
Cool.
Okay,
I like that.
and that I rolled a pretty low number, so I'll just keep that. And so that causes the masked figure to fall forward onto the ground.
Yes. So then Katrina takes the knife out of her cloak, and then gathering up the chain as she goes, walks towards the individual, and then stands over the individual, chain pulled tight, knife at the individual.
The masked figure uses their hands to sit up a little bit, dusts off, and gives a light clap. They say through their mask, "Very good. I didn't know what I was gonna get with my new partner, but you showed yourself in the end."
Partner. You're my partner. Of course you're my partner.
Well, yes, I had to test you a little bit, see what I was working with, before I could begin showing you the ropes or the chains, I suppose.
Yeah, I suppose that checks out. So, what do we do from here?
Let's go inside.
Okay, I'm gonna grab my stuff though.
Shane walks around and is picking up the daggers.
Yeah, from when you tried to kill me.
And so the masked figure walks into the
Wait,
room.
hold on a second. Can I get some sort of a reassurance that we're all on the same side here? And I think at the end of the really long chain that the knife is on is a weight, and at the end of that weight is the same scorpion.
Right.
Oh, okay.
Scorpion
Okay.
in the orange gem. Yeah. Yep.
I like that.
We are on the same side. Now come in. Let's we should probably get to know each other a little bit.
Yeah, probably,
And so
when you're gonna kill me again, those types of details.
Yeah.
the masked figure opens up the door and takes the hatchet out of it. Yeah. we don't need that there for people to find.
Yeah, I mean, you'd be surprised. The Costa Rican chapter is not very organized with that. In fact, they try and do the opposite.
They're having a bit of a
Oh,
squabble.
you're from the Costa Rican chapter.
I'm not. Yes.
I used to actually. That's where I first started. Was there as well.
Really? Small world.
That's probably why they got us working together.
Well, I didn't think about that. Probably, I suppose, yeah.
So they both go inside, and it's another dark room. The masked figure lights a torch and just kind of sets it on the wall. It's a plain room, 2 beds, table, cooking stuff. Fairly simple. You can tell that there's like a hallway and stairs that lead off to more
Doors.
No, this is not the room with many doors.
It has many doors.
This is a part of one of those taller buildings. Yeah. So, like, there's more to it. So masked figure says, "All right, well, why don't you start? Introduce yourself," and so they go and they start grabbing some things from a chest.
Well,
And they turn around. They've got some tea. Classic, right?
Well, I don't know, not much to tell, I guess. I lived in a small town for a long time. Got a mining background, actually. Not much of an assassin / fighter until recently. That's more of a recent change. But, yeah, did a lot of mining, dabbled in crime, and just kind of stumbled upon this. So, yeah, and then I think maybe she just takes the cloak off entirely and, puts it on one of the chair backs.
You see the masked figure pause
Oh, God
for a
damn
moment, holding the cups. Obviously you can't see their expression; they got a mask on. But then they say, "Katrina?"
And I think maybe Katrina stops and very quickly draws her scimitar and points it at the figure. I don't remember telling you my name.
You didn't tell it to me. And she takes off her mask and she says, "I gave it to you." Well, hello, fellow travelers. Welcome to the end card segment. Do you guys like that one? Do you like that group name? Yeah, I'll try a few more. We're still working on this. All right. Hey, how's it going, pranksters? It's me, Nathan. Okay, that was good. We'll try another fan club name. Try another one. Hey, how's it going, Bat Fan Club? We know you love your bats. And so we're This is a tough choice. Okay, one more. Oh, hey, Questers. How's it going? I don't know. There's a lot of good options. I appreciate everyone who's been pitching ideas in the Facebook group for what we're going to name our fan club group. If you want to get on that action, hop on over to nights.quest.podcast where we are picking the best name for a fan group. And also, we're discussing all kinds of things like what happens if you drink True Blue. I don't know. It's up for you to decide. Not really, but we're talking about it. I have big news. It's time for me to announce the secret project that I have been working on. So drum roll, please. You can do it yourself. We're not adding that in post. You have to make your own drum roll. If you're driving, just be careful. All right, the big announcement is that we now have an official Knight's Quest website. Yes, a full website with everything that you need Knight's Quest. Obviously, it's got, all our episodes are up there, all our social media on there. You can get a link to the music on there. But most importantly, we are debuting Knight's Quest merch. Yes, we got an online store where you can go and buy stuff. And if you go right now, you will be a little bit underwhelmed. We only have one merch on there right now, and that's a sticker of the Knight's Quest logo. That'll be something easy and simple to get started. But I want to get a whole bunch more merch on there. So another one of the questions we have on the Facebook group is what stickers and maybe buttons or pins, designs would you want? Currently, as I'm recording this, the leading one is a sticker of the Better logo, and the second place is Honest as Ajax Caravan of Wonders. We can do both. We can do a handful of them. So if you want to vote, go check that out on the Facebook group as well. But I should probably tell you what the name of this website is, and it's a doozy. Because in order to have like a decent website domain, you have to pay money for it. And as of right now, we don't make money on this show, so can't afford a domain name. So the official website link is Nathan Streck, that's NATHANSTREC, .wixsite, that's WIXSISIT.com/KnightsQuest. So nathanstreck.wixsite.com/KnightsQuest. Don't worry, I'll post a link on both of our social media handles so you guys can just check that out there. And if you guys do buy merch from us, one of the things we'll do to spend that money on a domain name so we can get a nice, clean, easy to remember one instead of nathanstreck.wixsite.com/KnightsQuest. We'll get a nice, pretty one. But yeah, go check it out. Go check out the merch. Go vote for what future merch you want. Don't forget to buy music too. That also helps support us in our future endeavors. I'm excited. This is a big step for us. You can also use this website to share with your friends. Just share them this link, and it's got a little description about what the show is, a little bio about each of us, me, Jake, and Jamie. I think it looks pretty. I think it's really cool. Also, Wix, if you want to sponsor this show, we'll gladly do that because I think you're a really nice program, and I will gladly take your money. So thank you very much. Yeah, check out that website. Check out that merch. And again, I'll keep updating you guys when new merch comes out, but I plan on posting, some new stickers, some other buttons. Big things probably won't happen until I know that people actually buy it because I don't want to invest a lot of money in t-shirts and not sell them. So if y'all want more merch things, you got to buy the little stuff first, and then we'll work our way up to the big stuff. Let me know if you guys have any issues with the website too. Again, we're just starting it out. It's fresh. It's right out there. So feedback is always appreciated. But yeah, I'm just going to say that. Check out the website again. That's nathanstreck.wixsite.com/KnightsQuest. And I'll let you know if that changes. Links for that will be on the social. And that's all I got. You're beautiful. See you later, Questers. I don't know. We got to figure out this group name. It's driving me crazy.
I'm all alone in my ignorance of the secrets.